Hello, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, look up. I got a bunch of cop stories in there, 355 and counting. You'll enjoy them. They're my babies. They run 7 to 8, 9 minutes, and you know, we have some gross alerts. So look them up. Now, here's what happened. I found some extra ones. Okay, so I'm going to give you some extra ones here that I found about that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I have about I'm trying to think how many years I have on. Maybe 10, 11, and I got my second Vice tour. And I'm working and it doesn't really matter, but I'm working a black area, and they had three partners. There's 4 of us, 3 black officers and myself, and then we had a black sergeant and a okay. It doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you the makeup. Okay, it doesn't matter what we're all cops, but it does matter in the story. Okay, so I'm with a black partner, and him and I still communicate. Great guy. Oh my gosh, he went to SWAT. I mean, I went to made detective. We're real good buddies, and we really meshed extremely well. Okay, extremely well. Of about 7 of the guys in 35 years that I could call my friend, both professionally and personally. Anyway, so our job one night, slow nights. Told you about Vice. If you forgot what Vice is, prostitution, gambling, bookmaking, liquor stores, bars, and all that good stuff. Well, liquor stores and bars, we're looking for a lot of things. Drunks buying booze, minors buying booze, and people outside asking, kids outside asking adults to buy them booze. It's all just tickets. Nobody goes to jail for this unless they don't have any ID or they fight. But it's just tickets for everybody. It's not a big deal. So it just keep everybody honest. Because we get complaints from other liquor stores. They're law-abiding. They'll see a liquor store down the street that's selling anybody that walks in. They call us. Just really weird. Okay, but that's fine. That's what we do. So now, we're in a police car unmarked. I think it was a Malibu or something. We took the hubcaps off. We threw dirt on it. We actually hosed it down, went through a dirt field, did donuts, and the whole thing looked like a glazed donut of dirt. Okay, I'll describe that. Okay, and then we cleaned the windshield with just a wiper blade, so it looks really good. Took the plates off, so even though it's a city car, it's got police radios in it. We had shotguns in the back in case we need something like that. It's pretty good undercover car for just sitting and driving around. You can't work prostitutes with it, although we did do it a couple times, which was successful. But anyway. So now you know what we're sitting there. Okay, so we're going to go look at a liquor store. Got a complaint. So big parking lot. So we sit in the back facing the front door. We're just going to watch. We're sitting, got the radio. We got the police radio on because it's a police car, and we're just sitting back. I mean, we're eating chips or something. Just it's one of those really heavy days in Vice, Okay, so we're sitting there, and we have the police radio on. And thank God. Okay, you'll see in a minute. Okay, so we're sitting there maybe 20 minutes. Okay, we're watching people come and go, and it seems to be pretty law-abiding. Okay, fine, whatever. And then here comes the police radio. Okay, and it has a police radio. Then it has a little, what I call a squawk box, a little speaker, so when the officers in uniform respond to the lady giving us the calls, we can hear them talking, which is good. Okay, so she says, whatever, see the man, possible 211 suspects at such address. Okay, 211 suspects are robbery suspects. Okay, the address she's given out is where we're at. Okay. She says, be advised, they're driving. She gave a description of our car and 2 males in the vehicle. A Caucasian male, which is me, okay, I think, and a black suspect. Use caution, okay? So we hear a couple of units on the squawk box. Roger, show me a route. Show me a route. Going, oh no, and look at each other. Hey, get the hell out of here, okay? So I'm the passenger. He fires up. We don't know how close these units are because I told you before in other stories, usually when you get the call, the unit that gets the call is not the first car there. There's always somebody closer. It's almost every time. So even though that car got the call, someone could be around the corner. And if they hear possible robbery suspects, they're taking out their shotguns, okay? And we're in a black area, not to try to stereotype areas, but I worked at East LA, Mexican areas. Some areas of the city, white, lily white, reasonably medium safe, okay? Get down to minority divisions, it's hot, man. There's guns all over the place, there's robbers, so those guys are locking and loading, probably. So we pull out of the parking lot, get out, go up on, I think it was Western, get up on Western. So he's hauling ass out of there, and I'm on the radio. Victor 1, which is our call sign. Be advised, that may be us, okay? So then she comes back on and says, well, Roger, and then the sergeant comes on, a sergeant comes on and says, Roger, have the unit respond to the liquor store anyway and have that Victor unit meet me at the corner of so-and-so. I said, okay, fine. And I don't think we're in trouble. I'm just letting them know what's going on here, okay? Because we have our own sergeants, and later on, one of my sergeants heard he has a radio in his office, in our office. He could hear that. So he's already in his car driving out because something's going on here, okay? So we pull in there, and what the car that responded to the liquor store did was make sure that they're okay in there, okay? And so they went in there real quick, and of course we're gone. So I found a lot of the stuff later. So we're sitting in the car waiting, and we're waiting. So the uniform sergeant gets there. He goes, "What's going on?" So I think it was us. He goes, "Oh, we'll find out. Here comes the black and white." They went to the liquor store. This all matters in about 3 or 4 minutes, pretty fast. Here they come, right? So we're all standing there. Another unit pulls in. Everybody wants to see what's going on. So those two guys get out, and it's a mix. White officers, black officers, doesn't really matter. Okay, they're all standing there, and my sergeant pulls up. What's going on? So then, my partner says, "Was it us?" He goes, "What did the description look like? And what did they look like, the suspects?" And the officer goes, "It's you two knuckleheads." He picked you out, even your shirt color. What? He said, "You guys sit out there for about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's looking at each other. I go, whew. And one of the passenger officers in the car that responded, he was a little late getting out of his car. Why? Because he's putting the shotgun away. Okay. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it was pretty funny." Everybody looking at each other. My wife started saying, "Well, it happens. I mean, what are you going to do?" And I go, "Thank you for not shooting us." And everybody's laughing, And there was a lot of profanity. "It's you a-holes. It's you, F you." It's all in jest, because it's funny, because, you could have shot me and all that. And then, of course, I'm saying things like to the black officers, because I know them, because I came from patrol to work by, so I knew everybody. I said, "Well, here's the problem." I said, "You guys, black officers, won't shoot him because he's black. You'll shoot me, okay?" Everybody's laughing. I go, "We're here in a white area, it'd be reversed." And they go, "Yeah, you're probably right." Yes. Everybody's having a good laugh. And I'm sitting there going, okay, but it was not a big deal, but it's kind of funny, okay, that if we had that radio on, that's the key. If we had that police radio, most of the time we don't have it on. If we didn't have it on, we were looking down the barrel of a shotgun. They would have come in that parking lot, see the exact description, 2 suspects in the car. They called. That's enough to get your gun out and at gunpoint and take people out of that car. Well, that's great. You have what do you call it, Macbeth or something tragedy here, where guys get out, they see guns, and there's all kinds of bad things can happen here. Okay, they don't know who we are. And my partner, black gentleman, had a little mini afro. I had long hair with a big beard. I had hair then, and dressed down, so we looked like part of the whole community, so to speak. So anyway, so that worked out okay. That worked out well. Okay, so that's one of my stories. That's one of my stories. I'm gonna not stop here, but slow down here and go to the next one. I have another story for you. These are all popping out of me here. I don't know what's happening here. I watch TV and stuff happens. Okay, back in the 70s, they came out with a survey. Now, meaning that, remember now, the police department works for the city. Okay, and sometimes we get swept into these really ridiculous things they do. They sent a survey. Everybody got a card, a survey card. It had, "What race are you?" They're going to break down the department. Okay, we're look down the list. Okay, well, I'm working East LA at the time. First of all, I don't think there is a country called Hispania. If you correct me, if you think there is one, go to my RSBcopstories@gmail.com and tell me where that country is. Okay, rhetorical question. Okay, so there's no check in there for Mexican, Hispanic. But it has other. It has everything I can think of. It's got, Mid-Easterner, Hawaiian, I mean, you name it, it's in there. Except Mexican, there is no in there. Okay. So a lot of us are going, and we were roll call, it's like 40 of us. Well, I'm not Hispanic, I'm Mexican, and I'm from North Carolina. So guys are checking other, and I wrote in Mexican. Okay. So off it goes. But a couple weeks later, I get a call from downtown, some sergeant. There's so-and-so, yeah. Says, we'd appreciate you not Xing your boxes correctly on this survey. What are you talking about? I completely forgot about this stupid survey. He goes, you can't write in something. Then why do they have another line then? It's quiet on the phone because I'm getting him on his own bean counting. Okay. Well, you have to check something. No, I don't. I'm not Hispanic. Well, I don't understand that. We're going to tell the captain. I said, well, tell whoever you want. I gotta go. What's your name? Oh, okay, fine. He's a sergeant. He's showing his muscle. Oh, wow, I'm scared. Ooh, scared me. Okay, some bean counting squint from the building is going to scare me. Anyway, so we had a couple days went by, 2 or 3 days went by. We had a mandatory roll call of all night watch people, probably 50 or 60 people on there. Okay, remember now, we got 60 people working in East LA. At least 40 of us are Latinos. The captain is Latino. He comes to roll call. He explains the survey. We're all going, okay, he's going to give us a company line. He's going to tell us everybody to check the Hispanic box. And boy, he just goes, and by the way, and there's all kinds of people in there. There's, white, black. He goes, by the way, This is the captain. I am not Hispanic. I am not from Hispania. And I went, all right, okay. He goes, I also checked the other box, and I wrote in there Mexican-American, okay? And everybody's going, yeah, now we're all cheering, right? Of course, even the white guys are going, this is stupid. You know, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense because they want to classify their city employees that work water and power, trimming trees. That's fine. You want to play a little game, go ahead. But these are police officers. We're dealing with facts here. We don't deal with a bunch of political crap. Unfortunately, nowadays some large agencies do, but we don't. Okay, so he goes, so I'm not checking that box. Okay, so a couple of guys are raising their hand. I didn't have much time on. I didn't feel like I wanted to ask a captain a question, but other officers had some time on the job, and they said, "What are we going to do?" We're getting calls. He goes, "Yeah," he says, "that's going to stop. That is stopped." I called the chief's office. Told him that none of us are from Hispania, and if you bean counters want to get right, you put in enough categories, and they already got 10 categories. Throw in another one, okay? He goes, we're not going to answer this question. And of course, they told him, some commander, that, oh yeah, you know, he called the chief's office, but you don't get the chief unless you get something really serious. You get like underlings, commanders, which are one above a captain. They're like, they got 1 star, they think they'll run everything, okay? So you get one of them. Of course, he says, well, we'll see about that. Okay, we'll see about that. And he told us that. He says, you get any calls, just smile on the phone. Everybody laughs. You don't smile on the phone. Just smile, say, I can't talk to you. I'm ordered not to by my captain, and give him my extension. Because that took a lot of grapes, because everybody's worried about their careers and don't want to upset the boat. He's inviting it. And I never got another call. I heard a couple of guys got calls again from some of these sergeants who work downtown. That's all they do is, told you before, inside guys, sergeants, whatever, detectives. That's why I didn't work inside. They come to work, take their gun out, put it in a drawer, work 8 hours pushing paper. At the end of the day, they put the gun back on, they go home. Then on the weekend, they tell their friends how bitching they are and how they did, you know, gunslinging 20 years ago when they were policemen, but since they've been a sergeant, haven't done jack. Okay, this is the kind of guy we get up there, and that's all they know is numbers. Stack A to Stack B, paperwork, surveys, audits. I had to deal with those guys later on. Ugh. So, okay. Apparently, there was more calls being made, and they were giving the captain's extension. They finally just slowed down, and they finally just stopped. And all of a sudden, it just went away. Isn't that weird how they're intent on basically threatening officers, and even a captain, lieutenant was in there too, it's a Mexican lieutenant too. They're interject to do that, to harass and scare everybody. Well, we'll see about that, we're going to call the chief's office. And then all of a sudden they realize, okay, let's just get rid of it. Well, really? See, that's a consummate bean counter. How do you try to defend a faulty form or something unless you really feel that it's right? It wasn't right. Now you want to do your survey? Fine. I mean, look at nowadays. You ever seen the census and voting, all this stuff? There's got to be at least, 25 categories of different races in the United States, because we're a mixed company. We're a mixed race company. We're a mixed race nation, so you got to have all these categories. You can't put all Latinos from Hispania. There's so many Latin countries here, it's unbelievable, okay? So anyway, that worked out really well. That was kind of funny, okay? Now, next story I'm going to tell you in a minute, because I won't have time. I need a little more time, so I'm going to cut this one right now, and I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Bye-bye.